Is it a good idea to go through the new construction process or just go with a resale home? There are so many things that people don't have in mind when buying new construction, and I want to help you prepare for what's to come when buying a new home. I will be breaking this video down with 5 pros and 5 cons. Starting with the pro list. Pro number 1, energy efficiency. New construction homes are built with the latest energy efficient technologies and materials. This means that you'll have a lower monthly utility bill and a more comfortable living environment. Energy efficient features such as insulation, double pane windows, and energy efficient HVAC systems can help you save money on cooling and heating costs over time. There are builders that offer smart home technologies, electric vehicle charging, solar panels, and even a Tesla. So make sure you check out the builder's offering and review all those with your realtor before you make your decision in which builder to go with. Before we get to pro number 2, I would like to share with you the question of the day from one of our subscribers, Open Source Game Dev. And they said, "Hi Kaori, what is your opinion on scheduling multiple home inspections during the build process? For example, one inspection after the framing is complete and another inspection before closing." Thank you so much, Open Source Game Dev, for your comment. I love hearing from you, and any of these comments and questions mean a lot to me so that I could obviously respond to you and engage with you. So here's my take on that. In my opinion, I think it's very important to have a professional home inspector check on your home before closing. It's really a personal choice if you want to do that additional inspection at frame walk, but I highly recommend all of my home buyers purchasing a new construction home to conduct a professional home inspection prior to closing. And that is usually anywhere from 3 to 5 business days before the closing date. I hire a professional home inspector to check everything in the house, including plumbing, electrical, insulation, and everything else as far as the finishes and the hardware of the home. We want to make sure the house is functional. We want to make sure all the lights turn on, all the water flushes and the toilets. And the very, very important thing that I make sure my home inspector checks in full detail is the insulation, as they have to go up in the attic with their ladder to check on that, as well as any cracked or misplaced tiles on the roof. Usually, the home inspector will use their ladder to go up on the roof, but if they're not able to do that, they will fly a drone and take pictures of the entire roof and detailed pictures of areas where maybe there is a crack or a misplacement of the roof tile, or maybe it's hanging loose. It needs some more nails to be secured. All those are documented in an inspection report that we usually get 24 or 48 hours after the inspection. My buyer and I go through that inspection report very, very detailed and thoroughly to identify what's really important for us. And unlike a resale inspection report, I then actually forward that full inspection report to my sales contact at the builder, and I have them address everything in the inspection report, because at the end of the day, we're purchasing a brand new home, so wouldn't you want your home 100% completed? As I mentioned before, an inspection during the frame walk is really up to you. If you feel like you want to have a professional builder, usually a general contractor, to come and inspect the home during the frame walk, it's really up to you. And if you feel it's important, I highly recommend and support that decision. Usually, I will attend the frame walk with the superintendent. I have the floor plans in my hands. I have all of their structural upgrades in my hands as well, which includes electrical and plumbing upgrades. So when we conduct the frame walk, I make sure that every wall is in the right place. If we had any electrical or plumbing upgrades, I make sure that those are in the appropriate places of the home as well. So again, to answer your question, I highly recommend doing the professional home inspection. Framing inspection is really optional. It really depends on you. If you feel like having that additional layer of inspection, absolutely. Let's schedule one, and I have the perfect inspector for both of them. Pro number 2, modern customization. One of the biggest advantages of owning a new construction home is the fact that you could customize your home so that you can make sure that it fits your lifestyle and your needs for your family. When you buy a new construction home, you will be working with the builder to select your favorite floor plan, finishes, any additional structural or design upgrades, as well as additional features that match your preference. This means that you could design a home that is tailored to your specific needs and tastes. So let me give you some examples. Let's say you're purchasing a new construction home and your in-laws are moving in with you. So what does that mean? You need to do a structural upgrade to make sure that the floor plan consists of a next-gen suite or an in-law suite. And within that, you may want to have an option to add a kitchenette if that's important for your in-laws. You want to be able to customize it to fit your needs and wants. Let's say you're a family with multiple children, and instead of having a loft upstairs, it's important for you to have an additional bedroom. So in the structural upgrades, you would then decide a floor plan with that additional bedroom upstairs. Now let's talk about the modern finishes that you could choose. So when you purchase a new construction home, it comes with a standard flooring, in most cases carpet, and in areas like the entrance or obviously the wet areas around the kitchen or in the bathroom, it's usually tile. But that tile is a standard tile. So if you want to upgrade it to a modern finish, let's say you want hardwood flooring instead of carpet. Or let's say you want to buy luxury vinyl flooring that looks like wood, but it's luxury vinyl flooring, which is great for wear and tear. Or let's say you want to go all fancy and go with porcelain tile. There's a lot of options you could choose when it comes to flooring at the design center. In addition, your kitchen counter may come with the standard, and lately the modern finishes and the standard that we see in model homes are quartz. But let's say the standard was granite. Granite used to be popular maybe a decade ago, but now quartz is more of the trending modern finish. So you may want to upgrade your kitchen counter with quartz. And in addition, you may want to customize and add additional backsplash. Maybe you're using the same quartz finish, or maybe you have a different tile finish. You're able to customize all of that at the design center. And because we have so many options, you're able to take your time, go to the design center at your appointment to go through all of those options with your family. Pro number 3, warranty. New construction homes come with a warranty from the builder. This means that if something goes wrong in your home within a certain period of time, the builder will take care of it at their expense. This can really give you a peace of mind and to know that your investment is protected. This means that you could buy with confidence, knowing that the builder will take care of any issues regarding the home during this warranty period. Just as an example, this may be a leaky roof, or it could be a leaky sink, or it could be a HVAC system that stopped working, or a water heater that's having some issues. A new construction home warranty gives you one less thing to think about and worry about during the home purchase process. Warranty varies based on the builder, but what I have seen is a 1-year customer service and a 10-year structural warranty. I just want to take this opportunity to share with you a pro tip about home warranty. I have advised all of my home buyers that have purchased new construction last year that a month or 2 before your 1-year anniversary, before your customer service home warranty expires, I would recommend my buyers to conduct another home inspection. This home inspection is very important because you've now lived in your home for about 10 to 11 months. While living in your home, you may notice some things that you want checked on. So this is a great opportunity for a professional home inspector to come into your house, go through the whole home inspection process, and provide an inspection report, which will then be reviewed by myself and my buyer, and then emailed over to the customer service team. Everything on that report should be addressed if it's under the warranty. So let me give you an example of what just happened recently. I had a buyer who relocated from out of state that purchased a new construction home in Summerlin West last year. We were approaching that 11-month mark, so I gave them a call and I reminded them that they should do another home inspection before their warranty expires. So they did. Can you guess what kind of things came up from that inspection report? They were actually experiencing some issues with their HVAC, where sometimes it would go on and off. You know, you set it to a certain temperature, but it doesn't meet that temperature, or that HVAC kept, running and running. So there was something really going on with the HVAC. They didn't know what was going on. So this was a great opportunity for the home inspector to come before the customer service warranty expired to do a whole checkup, and they were able to identify that there was something wrong with the HVAC. So what did the builder do? The builder sent their preferred HVAC company to come check on the HVAC, and guess what? They found a leak in the HVAC. So they were able to repair that leak, get the necessary parts involved to fix that leak, and it was at the cost of the builder. not my clients. So I highly recommend doing another home inspection before the home warranty expires. Pro number 4, longer lifespan. New construction homes come with brand new appliances and HVAC system, which means that they have a longer expected lifespan compared to resale homes. On average, a brand new HVAC system can last up to 15 years, and brand new appliances could last up to 10 years with proper maintenance. This means that you don't have to worry about replacing these items and saving you money in the long run. Pro number 5, equity gain. You guys, this is my favorite pro, so listen carefully. New construction homes tend to gain more equity faster than resale homes. Let's say you were one of the first buyers in this new community and you purchased a single-family home for $500,000. As the builders release more lots and release more spec homes, you gain more equity because the builders will be raising their prices. For this example, let's say this new community has 100 homes. Each time the builder released new lots or released new spec homes, the price goes up based on the demand. 2 years ago, when we were experiencing multiple offer situations, these builders were receiving multiple offers for the same lot. Builders would go through a process of highest and best, or go through a lottery process for buyers to actually make an offer and purchase that lot. As you can imagine, in a new construction community with 100 homes, if 90% of that community is sold, there's only 10 lots left, and that last 10 lots would then be at a premium. If the builder has a lot of activity and demand, why wouldn't they increase their price on the base price and the lot premium of these new construction homes? I've assisted so many investors who had purchased new construction homes in Summerlin West last year. One of my investors purchased a corner lot, which was also a spec home in a brand new community, and they were one of the first ones to purchase that home. And they purchased it for $550,000. Fast forward a year, they have decided to sell their property after renting it for over a year at a premium rate. I just ran the comps for my investor, and turns out the same model match is now selling for $650,000. That's a $100,000 equity gain in a year. Many of my investors gear towards new construction because of these 5 pros. You're getting a never lived in brand new home with modern finishes and high energy efficient appliances and systems with a great warranty and customer service with huge upside on equity gain. Before we get to the cons list, if we haven't met yet, konnichiwa, my name is Kaori Nagao, your global real estate advisor, helping you find your new home. Whether it's a new construction home or a resale home, I am here to help you through the whole home buying process. Thank you so much for watching my videos. It means a lot for me if you could like, subscribe, and engage with me. I love hearing from you all. Now let's keep going. Here are my 5 cons when purchasing a new construction home. Con number 1, timeline. In my opinion, this is the biggest con of the 5 cons that I'm about to share with you. There are so many uncertainties when it comes to building a new construction home. The builders could promise you an estimated close of escrow date, but what happens if there are delays? Let's say you're relocating here from another state and there's a certain time frame that you need to work on to meet your schedule, whether it's for work or whether it's for your family. Maybe you're relocating here to start a brand new school year in Las Vegas or Henderson. What would you do if you hear that there's a delay in your new construction time frame and that you're not able to close in the estimated close of escrow date that the builder had promised you originally? Do you need to find temporary housing? And if so, for how long? Building a new construction home is a complex process because it involves a lot of contractors, and delays could happen due to weather, supply chain issues, and unforeseen circumstances. For my buyers that were under contract during COVID, we had a lot of unexpected delays because of the supply chain issues. We were unable to source items such as appliances. Cooktops weren't available. Refrigerators weren't available. Washer and dryers weren't available. There was a long lead time in getting these appliances. Or it may have been a part for the HVAC system or the water heater. So the builders had to delay the closing because they were unable to get the supplies that they needed in order to pass the inspection and get the certificate of occupancy. For me, communication is the key to really resolve this time frame issue. It is important for me to communicate with the sales contact from the builder side and also the superintendent, especially after I've gone through a frame walk with the superintendent. I would always collect their information so I could also check in with them with a friendly text message or a friendly call to make sure that everything that they need for the home comes on time, is delivered on time so that we could close in time. I work with so many buyers that are relocating from out of state, and it's so critical to make sure that we are 100% on the timeline, because if there's any delays, my buyers would need to make other arrangements, especially moving truck arrangements. Especially during COVID, we had such a hard time even finding a moving truck. It also costed a lot of money. So for my clients relocating from out of state, it's very important to nail down the timeline, and if there is a little delay, going over with them the different options. Are we able to delay a few days and not cause an issue? Or what if there's more than a couple weeks of delay? Do I need to find them temporary housing here? Maybe it's an Airbnb. Maybe it is a short-term rental. It's so important for me to over-communicate, so if there are any issues, we could identify that right away and come up with an action plan so that the moving is as seamless as possible. That's my job. I want to make sure that the relocation is as stress-free as possible for all of my clients relocating to Las Vegas and Henderson. Number 2, SIDS and LIDS. Do you know what SIDS and LIDS are? Let me share with you what they are, and in most new construction communities, you are expected to pay these fees. SID stands for Special Improvement District, and LID stands for Local Improvement District. New construction homes are often located in newly developed areas that lack infrastructure as well as amenities. So these SIDs and LIDs are city taxes that are collected by the buyers in order to help fund these infrastructure and amenities. Examples of infrastructure and amenity upgrades include new roads, new freeways, new traffic lights, as well as community parks. So you may be wondering, Kaori, can you give us an example of the cost of these SIDs and LIDs? Absolutely. What I've personally seen is anywhere from $7,500 to $15,000 per home, and this is paid semi-annually. Number 3, uncertain budget. When you're purchasing a new construction home, what you know is the base price of the home as well as the lot premium. What you don't know is the cost of structural upgrades as well as design upgrades. When you talk to the builder at the sales office, they could give you a range of how much to expect on structural as well as design upgrades. Especially with design upgrades, I have heard anywhere from 10 on the super conservative side, especially my investors, up to 30% of your base price. Now, you won't know the exact total of your design upgrades until you actually visit the design center and go through the whole process of selecting all of your upgrades. And I highly, highly recommend having a budget in mind before going into the design center. Because when you go to the design center, it's like a kid in a candy store. You get very overwhelmed. You want to get all the upgrades and select all the best finishes. And when you sit down with the design consultant, you'll be very, very surprised to see how much of upgrades that you actually want on your wish list. So make sure you have a budget going into the design center appointment. Con number 4, unfinished backyard. When purchasing a new construction home, I always remind my buyers to allocate a certain amount of money to finish their backyard, because when you purchase the home, it comes with a dirt lot. Your backyard is unfinished. So what does that mean? It means that you're able to customize and build your dream backyard. It could include a pool, it could include a spa, it might include just landscaping and turf, it might just be a covered seating area for barbecue. It really depends on your lifestyle, but you need to allocate a certain amount of budget towards that unfinished backyard, because based on the community and the HOA, you have a certain timeline to finish your backyard. And that could range from anywhere from 6 months to about a year. When going through that process, I usually help my buyers go through that whole rendering and approval process with the HOA. You need to submit a rendering of your proposed backyard, and the HOA has some time to review and approve it. There may be some back and forth, but basically you need to identify what you want to do, which contractors you want to work with, And if you are planting landscaping, you need to even identify the type and the name of the landscaping and the plants and the flowers you want to install in your backyard. Con number 5, appliances such as refrigerator, washer, and dryer are not included. When you purchase a new construction home, it's really important to understand that there's going to be additional costs, especially with the appliances. The new home will not come with the refrigerator and a washer and dryer. Just because the model home that you toured had it, that doesn't mean it comes with the house. Unless your realtor negotiates an appliance package in your deal, all these new construction homes will not come with a refrigerator, washer, and dryer. It is up to you to purchase those appliances when you close on the house. I recommend my buyers to wait for sales such as Memorial Day weekend or July 4th or obviously Black Friday to get these appliances at a discounted amount. Other additional costs to factor in on top of these appliances would be light fixtures as well as window coverings. Those do not come with the home unless you've actually sourced them and purchased them through the design center appointment. A lot of my buyers will choose their light fixtures. For example, it might be the pendant lighting in the kitchen island, or it might be a chandelier in their living room, or it could be a ceiling fan with lights in their great room. All those things happen after closing, so it's really important to allocate a certain amount of budget towards all these additional costs that is required after closing. There's a lot of options when it comes to window coverings. It could be blinds, it could be shutters, and it could be drapes. So it really is up to you to choose, but that's something to consider as an added cost when purchasing a new construction home. For more videos about home ownership and new construction series, make sure you check out my playlist. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to see you on the next one.